Orleans, but the Oklahoma City Thunder, #1 seed in the West Conference. They just got done. Was it a sweep? Did they sweep New Orleans, or was it probably
they swept them.
Swept. As Charles said, they probably in Galveston, Texas instead of Cancun, which was funny as hell. But one thing that I've paid attention to about at least the first round, granted, it was no Zion. I don't think anybody really expected nothing from the Pelicans in that round. They looked very poised. They didn't look like they were intimidated by being in the playoffs. And they're just real cool, calm, and collected, which kind of matches up with the kind of player and kind of personality that SGA is. My question to y'all, and I'm going to go to Pavy first. And we keep talking about the Wolves and everybody, everybody prepping them up as the next team. But this is a guy in Shea who probably could be MVP. This team is way better than a lot of people thought they were going to be. Can they be the ones who can come out the Western Conference? Are they at the point where they're actually underrated and people aren't taking them seriously as a #1 seed?
Yeah, I think they're underrated. I think #1, between him and Luka, whichever way you want to pull it, and if you want to say Shea, I ain't mad at it. Shea the best point guard in the NBA right now. He giving you 30. He's also, I think he led the league in steals this year. So he also defends. Like, he's a guard shooting 50% from the field. That don't really happen that much. Like, that's a very rare thing. So he can really, really score the ball. They play a style I think that's hard to guard because, Chet can shoot, and Chet is also a legitimate rim protector. And for the most part, unless he plays against like Jokic, he's probably not going to play against a bid that's going to punish him because you don't have many bids in the league like an Embiid or like a Embiid, because he be wanting to shoot threes that really get down there and really punish guys. So yeah, I think that they're kind of underrated at this point. Like, it was a reason they won 57 games. It's a reason Shea Gilgeous-Alexander literally might win MVP. Yeah, I think they're underrated. They can also guard. You got Lou Dort, you got Jalen Williams. Like I said, you got Shea. I think the one thing I worry about is Josh Giddey getting played off the court, but you got Isaiah Joe who can like shoot threes really well. Like, I'm not sure it's a foregone conclusion that whoever they play in the second round would just beat them. If it's the Clippers, I would think that the Clippers would be able to beat them, but with the way that they be playing, especially if Kawhi not healthy, I don't know if I want to put money on that. I don't know if I want to do that. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that they're just going to lose in the second round. And I think that they have gotten to the point because they're so young. And again, we don't expect young teams to, really break through like that. I think they are underrated because we look at their age and we're like, oh no, they need to lose first. But it's like, what if they don't need to lose first? What if this team is actually good enough to make it to the conference finals? And if I'm not mistaken, I think they hold a tiebreaker over both Denver and the Timberwolves, so meaning they've beat them multiple times this season. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I know they hold a tiebreaker over the Timberwolves. I think they beat the Timberwolves every time. It was either the Timberwolves or the Nuggets that they beat every time.
That's how they got the #1 seed.
Yeah, because I think they beat Denver every time they played. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think they beat them every time they played, or it was 3-1 or something like that. So yeah, yes, I do think that we are at the point where people are underestimating this basketball team because of their age.
And paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna